Hello, welcome to 20 at 10 with Nat. I'm your host, Natalie, and my special guest tonight is Miss Cindy Wright. Sydney Wright is amazing, first of all. I'm trying to think when I first heard of her. It was pre 2018 because I remember I was at the Cheer Up Charlie show. And she is here in Austin. She's a singer-songwriter. She's a live looper, live sound engineer. She produces her own music videos. Just the way that she puts things together to me is really amazing. And so please welcome Sydney Wright. Hello.
That's me. Hi.
Welcome. Thanks for joining me.
Anytime. Thank you for having me. I'm very excited.
I am excited that you're here as well. Will you say the name of your 2018 release? Seiche?
Seiche.
Had it right.
It's a French word, which your pronunciation of the wine that you have seems like you know French. So
I am a very good faker. No, sometimes I manage to pronounce things correctly. I'm better at pronouncing Spanish than French, but
Same.
I do feel more like proper to say French words. I don't know.
Yeah. What is this like class that it has? Seiche is it's a French word that hydrologists use to describe like standing waves, like surfing waves that happen on a body of water that shouldn't have surfing waves, like a lake or something, and it's like barometric pressure drops or seismic activity or something will cause it. And so that's the word seiche. I also wrote a song with that name, so
Hence
yeah,
the project name.
yes.
I also went and took a little trip because I hadn't caught up on a few of your singles. And so if you're new to Sydney, you can you go by Sid, right?
Yeah.
If you're new to Sid and her music, you can find her, I believe, on all digital streaming platforms. I'm looking at Spotify right now. And I don't know how I didn't hear Danger, but I really love it, by the way. And I love your cover, The Happy Christmas War is Over, is awesome. And I remember seeing your look from that single release, like the artwork, because it's a very memorable style to me. But I guess I just never heard the song. Anyway, so that was my bad. But I heard it today, and it's lovely. I love it. It'll be going on my Christmas playlist.
That is the first self-produced thing I've ever done. Like I did all the instrument because I mean obviously I didn't go to the studio. I'm very proud of it. I'm glad you like it.
Awesome. So what was Home? Because you also released Home in 2020. Was that in a studio?
Yeah. So I was part of AMF in I guess 2019. I was in the AMF like class that they have. And we all got studio time. That's how they spent some of the money that they had to support us on studio time. Went to the Bubble with Frenchie. Yeah. Everybody knows Frenchie. And we all got to record a song, and so we recorded that in one day, and they released it on this compilation album.
Awesome.
Called The Next, I think.
Awesome. Yeah, I saw that they were doing that again this year with this year's class, the Artist Development Program, right?
Yes, exactly.
Awesome. Was that a lot of fun? Did you enjoy going through the AMF program?
Yes. They just have really good people working there that care a lot. And, like Einar Peterson is one of my favorite people, and I got to work closely with him through AMF, and Johnny Gowdy. And I'm going to kick myself for not mentioning the rest of the people, but that's where my head's at.
Like right I know Kate, Johnny, Einar, and those are the main people I know there right now. Yeah.
Yes, it feels like 20 years ago, dude.
Time has very strange meaning, and it passes feels very strange to me generally because of last year. It seems like we should all get a pass on getting a year older because we all aged 5 years, I think, in that year. Mm-hmm. We've got a lot of people tuning in. Give some shout outs.
JoJo's here. And Nick, I saw that he tuned into your other streams too.
Yeah. Nick's here. Nick's had a long day. I think he's been up since 4 a.m. So thanks for hanging with us tonight, Nick.
Yeah.
Raul, Corey.
Yeah, welcome.
Let's see. Yep, there's Joanna. No worries, Joanna. We're all having issues occasionally.
Yeah, we just got here.
Our browsers. I had issues with Twitter earlier when I was trying to share the stream. So, if you already know you're gonna like the show, which I can tell you right now, you're gonna like the show. Go ahead and share it, whatever platform you're on. If you'll just share the stream, however you get the news out to your friends, that would really help get the word out about the show. And also, people could join us live right now, which I think is way more fun than catching it later.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, personal opinion, I'd rather join in live and drop all of the comments than catch it later. But, well, one thing I know that you were excited to talk about is your team that's behind you when you are producing videos. And I've seen, I meant to go rewatch them today and I didn't, but I've seen several of your music videos and they're very fun, very, very visual, and obviously, and by that I mean like you, to me, are very opinionated and care very deeply about fashion and props and setting. And so I'm curious, like, tell me about your team and like what are you most excited about producing videos?
I am most excited about the team that I get to work with. I've done 3 videos, and by video 2, I feel like, okay, so I did a video for the first single that I ever released for the solo project, You Can Stay. Then, oh my gosh, why can I not? Oh, I did a little video for Danger because that was with Superphonicos, and I really wanted to like make it count. So I did like a little videos of our collaboration, and then we did a Sage video.
Was that the glass mask one? The Sage video? Okay,
yes.
I saw
and
that
the
one.
Sage
For sure.
video is when I brought on one of the most important teammates that I have. Her name is Danielle. Danielle Shepard. Her brand is called Dashe.
I follow her on Instagram because of you, I think.
Yes, she deserves every follow. You guys go follow Dashe, Dashe. She, I don't even know. I think I found her through some Cheer Up Charlie's contacts via Instagram, and I hit her up and I was like, "What's up? I have this idea. Can you make a mask out of actual glass mirrors?" And she actually said yes. I had a spreadsheet. That was one of our things. Our first meeting, we both love spreadsheets, so we bonded over that. And thanks, Nick. Anyway, she did all the costumes for Tenderfoot in like 3 days because I kind of dumped it on her because, sorry, Danielle, you're a rock star. She is just a tremendous, tremendous like creative talent that I won't do a video without her ever again.
Amazing.
And then I have my video guys, Jody, he has a company called Kala Media, and Jacob Weber, who does like live music photos a lot. Or he's out in the industry like that usually.
Okay.
But he did all the editing and everything, and he's such a sweet, 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 sweet man. And yeah, I had even like down to the production manager that I asked to help me, who was my old roommate, Mary Palmer. She is, truly professional, and everybody that was there was like so caring. I had a new makeup person for the last video. His name's Jonathan. He made me a fringe mask. He's really special too. I just I can't believe that I have such great contacts with only doing 3 projects, because I can't wait to do the next one.
Yeah.
I'm really into optics. Like you said, I am particular about how things look and making like storylines and things to follow. It really interests me. I think if I chose a different career, maybe it would be video production in some way. But yeah,
That's
I'm
really
glad
cool.
that I get to incorporate it with what I do.
Did Dashe make your, Danielle, make your dress at your Cheer Up Charlie show?
Yes, I just pulled that from her rack. That wasn't even mine.
Nice. It's like, she called it the cloud dress maybe or something. It was just very billowy. Like, it was very fun. I loved it. That was I think that was a really cold night. You were injured still, I think, weren't you?
I was still in a boot.
I was gonna say, like, something,
For sure.
because was that the scooter incident?
Yeah,
that happened?
I survived a hit and run in July 2018, and then I released Sage in November that year. But I'd already had it going. Like, I'd done my Indiegogo. It was like I wasn't not going to release it.
Right.
It just got delayed a little bit, but...
Right. That was still amazing. Like, well, the whole thing was crazy and pretty scary. I mean, I didn't really know you well, but, like, I think I must have seen you perform. I think it might have been, does Valentine's Day at Everly sound right?
Yes.
In 2018. Yeah. I think somewhere around there. I think that it was 2018. And then that's also where I met White Light Exposure, Letitia. Right?
Yes, yeah. She's a huge part of the team. Yes.
I spent 5 minutes with her New Year's of 2019 at some really crazy party in downtown. And that's like the last time I've seen her, but pretty much the last time I've seen a lot of people in person.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. I had another question for you, but it left me for a moment. Oh, that show also, one thing I wanted to mention, I saw your merch, and I feel like you are one of the only people I've seen, I'm sure other people do it, but you're the only person I've seen that has what I would call sustainable merch, where like it looked like you went and thrifted t-shirts and then screen printed on top of them.
Okay, that is what I did. That is what I did. I won't ever do it again. It is
Why?
Yes, it's sustainable. It's really good for the environment, but trying to sell them online. You can't fit people to sizes if they're not. I mean, this is an issue with the fashion industry that we're not going by measurements. We're going with whatever the brand wants the small to be. Anyway.
I guess you could just measure it right, and then it would be a one-off. But that's a lot of effort online.
It was a lot to put a photo of every shirt that I have, which are all unique online. It was a really fun project, and I might do it again, but it was really labor intensive and kind of hard to sell sometimes.
It seems like, so for an individual item like that, it seems like I've seen people have better success on like an Instagram story closet sale type thing, because then you just take a picture and the first person to claim it, and then you're the model, so you can tell how big the shirt is compared to you, and your normal size is, whatever, small, medium, whatever.
You might that could be an option. The entire issue.
I can offline. I can share a couple of profiles of people that I see that do closet sales a lot that might be helpful to you if that's a thing you're interested in.
That's where I got this shirt from my yoga friend Camilla.
I did not get this on Instagram, but I got this really cool black leather with fringe on the back vest from a closet sale on Instagram.
A vest? Like a biker feel? Is it like that?
No.
Or like hippier fringe?
It's a little more Western maybe. I'm going to grab it now. That you say
okay. Real quick, just go get it. Oh my gosh, you guys. I wish that I could hang out with Natalie in real life because, I mean, I guess this is real life, but.
It is.
What a sweetie.
Kind of.
Oh, you left. You can totally hear me. Oh my gosh. That is very Western. You're right.
It's
I
not
love that
very
it's black though.
It could
instead
be
of like,
biker, I guess. I don't know, but it doesn't clasp in the front, and it's definitely not to be worn like over a short sleeve thing. But isn't that fun? Oh my gosh!
Look at it. Do this. We're fine. Let it go. Yay! Oh, I love it.
So fun. Yeah. So I've been getting more into just. Well, the other thing is too, like, we're not wearing a bunch of crazy stuff in lockdown. So like I feel like I need to clean through things because I'm not wearing them, and I'm like, well, I'm not wearing them because I'm not going anywhere. Mm-hmm. Yeah, thanks, Claire.
Claire, yes, that's she's my
Claire.
best friend. Like when we played with Barbies when we were little, and we tried to tell my little sister that it was cute to like tie a shoe, that it was fashionable to tie a shoe around a Barbie's mouth.
Oh.
Anyway, tangent, but.
Nice. Awesome. Okay, so in retrospect, you wouldn't do sustainable merch again? That's your... What if it was
now that you
hats?
framed it with do what?
What if it was hats? Repurposed hats.
Hats might be easier, yeah.
Because they're
Something
kind
to
of
where
one
the
size fits
sizing
all.
isn't. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Like
Where
if
the
they have
sizing
that
is so
snap
weird.
thing in the back or something, or like an adjustable.
Mm-hmm.
I
But then,
liked the
like,
idea. I just want to say kudos to you
thank you.
for that idea. And then I also was like looking at the shirts and I was like, this seems like it would be labor intensive. But
It was a lot. My friend Tiffany helped me. Oh, she's a thrifting extraordinaire. We went to the bins, which is, they're called the Goodwill bins, and it's where everything goes that they can't sell in the store, but some of it's good stuff. So we just like literal like rows of bins, and
I
yeah,
want
it's
those
nice.
for bandanas, especially this year. But I wanted it before the pandemic. But now, like, I wear bandanas all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Ken, you were so right. We met a year ago in New Orleans with Grace
What?
Bettis. We were at an international conference, Folk Alliance. I cannot believe that was a year ago. That was a year ago. Oh my gosh. Wow. Wow.
And you know Grace, I did a song with her over quarantine via Zoom. Like we co-wrote a song.
How was it?
She's a sweetie.
Yeah.
Oh, it was awesome. She's such a pro. Like,
yeah.
it was nice to get to see how she works because it's,
She gets it done.
yeah. There's a,
Yeah.
it's, what am I trying to say? It's not like formulaic, but it is very, I don't know. She opened my eyes to a way of writing that I wasn't used to. So, yeah,
What's a tip you walked away, or what's something? Have you used anything from that, like a tip or a method from writing with her?
I think that sometimes I reach really far into ideas instead of presenting an idea that is palpable to someone through imagery.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll reach really far out and like try to say stuff with too many words and stuff like that when she's like, just bring it into how would you express this if you were talking about a picture you were seeing, and like use imagery to like connect quickly, say less with more in that way.
That's
if that
cool.
makes sense.
Okay, no,
It was
that
nice
makes
working with her.
It does make sense. That's cool. Well, switching gears a little bit. Well, actually, no. Let's stay on the writing for a second. How
Yeah.
do you normally write? Like, are you normally on a keyboard, on a guitar? Like, are you with just your voice and voice memos, or like a loop pedal? Like, how do you normally start a tune? Is there a method that you tend to do more often than not?
Yes to all of that. I have like so many golden voice memos that I really need to go through and like.
Same, with hundreds.
Yes. Whenever I write a song, I usually like to start out with not a lot of distraction, unless I'm writing just the music first, which I usually don't do. I start with lyrics. And so the songs on like piano will have like a bunch of mixed chords. Because I'm better at piano, I started learning it first, and then the songs on guitar will be way more rock-centric, like Tenderfoot, that I released the last video for, is I definitely wrote on guitar, you can tell, just because it, like, rocks really hard.
Yeah.
And then the one I'm going to play in a minute is definitely a piano song, because it's like, bum, bum, da. It's very jazzy, I don't know. Mixed chords.
Okay. So you said you sometimes start with lyrics. What does that look like for you?
I think that I feel like DJs a lot of times will like just have beats that they've made this beat and it's a mood or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I have never started out with music first. I think that what's important to me about songwriting is the writing, and it's like I have something to say. And so that's where I start, is like, what am I trying to say, and where are the hooks in this, and what words and imagery, like, says it best.
Do you tend to start with the actual hook from the chorus, or is it just like an interesting idea and all of a sudden you're writing a verse? And then answer that first, and then I have a follow-up question.
Mm-hmm. It's usually not, on You Can Stay, I definitely got the hook out first. But usually it's like a fun way to sing this word, and it ends up being like the second verse. Usually I start on the second verse somehow.
Same. I'll end up expound like whatever idea. Yeah, it ends up being the second verse a lot of times.
Yeah, and then you just spread the story out from there, like butter on toast or something.
Yeah. So is it more like kind of like you're saying, like a word or a phrase, and you're like, that's cool, and then you put a melody to that, and then you are writing kind of hand in hand with both of those elements?
Yeah.
Or are you writing like a whole verse or like a whole verse and chorus before you add music? Is it kind of they go hand in hand after you get that initial
They usually go
thing?
together. Because it's all, the way that I arrange the melodies is all about how it feels when you sing it.
Mm-hmm. Same.
And so the music has to be there whenever I start to sing.
That makes sense. Makes sense to me. I resonate with that.
Yes.
If I don't know that I have ever tried to put a whole written lyric song to music, like no music and adding all the words and then like writing the music for it.
That seems interesting though, because me either.
It seems hard.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think I may start with a turn of phrase or like a hook or something kind of tongue-in-cheek, and write, and then I'll just kind of like find the melody for that phrase, and then from there build around it. Like I can think kind of like what you're saying, and then a lot of times like I'll just have a cool melody in my head, and I have no idea if that's in some dramatic pop intro or like if that's a chorus or like a verse or a bridge climaxing at the end of a song. I don't know. Like it's really fun. I'll just record. Do you ever like wake up from a dream with a melody in your head or a song in your head that didn't exist before you slept?
Sometimes, very rarely though, but those are magic moments, huh?
Well, yes. I try really hard to make sure that I go and I record a voice memo, because I know if I don't, I'm so out of it when I'm waking up, like I never will remember it again.
Yeah.
And it's the thing that's funny about those is that it just feels so intense. And like I'm just laying there, and I'm starting to wake up, but I'm still holding on to that melody, and I'm just like, this is the most amazing thing I've ever heard, and it needs to live in the world. And I record it, and then I listen later, and I'm like, like it's all right, I guess. But like does that ever happen to you where it's like this weird like euphoric like moment in between sleep and wakefulness? Anything that happens in that in-between time just seems euphoric, and then like you listen to it later and you're like, that was a really weird dream, or like that was a really interesting, that was an okay melody.
I heard somebody say once, I can't remember who it was,
Victoria.
but he liked writing in the morning better because he was like closer to his subconscious or something. And I think that's what it feels like. That's what you're also describing. I've also had these moments when I'm driving and I'm like, I'm trying to live. Can you come back later? Like
like the melodies.
Yes, exactly. And if I don't get it down, it will
It's
just
gone.
Fly right out. And
it is
I'll
like
think
it is
about
like
it,
a bird that's like,
but I won't remember.
I'm only here to mess with you right now,
Yeah.
and then I'm out because you scare me. Do you drive with the music on, or do you drive in silence?
I usually listen to podcasts while I drive.
Oh, so something, words, but not music, generally.
Mm-hmm. Especially during quarantine, I've fallen back on podcasts because I feel social when I'm listening to other people talk.
Oh,
and
because you're
it's
like, oh, we're
comforting.
just not hanging.
Yeah, even though it's totally not. I'm not making a connection with anybody, but it just feels like I'm sitting in the room just like listening, because that's what I usually do, like around my
Like at a
sisters and
coffee shop
stuff.
or something.
Just a listener.
Or,
yeah.
Yeah, I have found myself listening to like true crime type podcasts or whatever, and it's two hosts talking to each other and like making jokes, and I'll laugh and I'll be like, wait, I think you mean, and then I'm like, I'm not a part of that conversation. And I want to like tweet at them, but then it's like the episode's from like 2 years ago, and I'm like, no one's gonna care
They're
that I'm
not
like,
gonna-
oh, I know that thing that you for whatever.
This is what you were thinking of.
Yeah, that like
Or
comes
something.
at you 2 years later from some rando chick in
Exactly.
Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting about. I drive. Sometimes I listen to podcasts if I have it saved on my phone because I don't. My car's so old, I don't have Bluetooth on it.
Neither do I.
I have a CD player in my car and a tape deck. But I don't really listen to the radio. I don't listen to music because melodies tend to come to me in the car. And a lot of times they're good. And so I just have my voice memos ready and I'll just record whatever. So there's a lot of like driving noise in a lot of my voice memos too. I don't know. I feel like it's a good, to me, I don't mind driving because it's like, I'm creating the space for, I guess, the melodic muse to come, you know?
Find like the defocalization of something mundane like driving or washing dishes or running on the treadmill. I used to come up with really great song ideas, I feel like, while I was on the treadmill. I did it the other day. I was on
Even
it was inside.
showering or just laying in bed, falling asleep. Like that's my only job is just to like relax and fall asleep. And oh, that's a good melody. I don't want to move. I don't want to reach for my phone. Yeah. Because it's like we disengage from like the business mode or whatever else that we're in all day. And so like then our brain can actually like, it's very interesting.
It's like you're downloading it from the universe. It's never your actual, it doesn't feel like my ideas. It feels like it's somebody else.
Well, and I tell people like that music is one of the reasons why I still believe in God. Like, because I grew up in a religious environment. I grew up in church, and I am still a church person when it's not a pandemic. But music reminds me of the supernatural as well, because so much of just a melody coming to me, like, that is so supernatural, you know, like, and it is so, and how euphoric that can be, how I hear a song and it lifts me inside, and I have no idea what that person is saying, but like the music alone is so moving. It's like the language of heaven, you know? So, music it's really, as you said, supernatural, and I love it. I love being a part of it. Yeah. Kind of on that note, I just looked at the time and was like, wow, we did not stick to my list of questions, but I do want to ask you one. I like to ask all of my guests to recall, if you will, one of your earliest memories of hearing a song or a piece of music and that thing kind of happening, it just kind of grabbing you or lifting you, and you were like, what is this? I love this. I want more of this. What to you would maybe be one of those moments? Or the first one that comes to mind.
It was the first music video that I remember ever watching.
So a visual element too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now that we are getting into it, it was Carrying Your Love With Me by George Strait on CMT. I was like 8 or something. And it was just like getting to see the story get told like a movie, as well as...
You said George Strait?
Yeah. I'm carrying your love with me. West Virginia down to Tennessee.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why. Maybe it was the visual element. And I know that there are songs... I mean, there's Nigerian pop lifts me. As like a genre right now.
Okay.
What if I say... Make it come da, da, da. It's this artist called Joe Boy, I think, or Fireboy DML. I can't remember which one of them does it. But my friend Kalu James turned me on. He's Nigerian. He turned me on to Nigerian pop because we were co-writing this song together, and he was like, I think the drum beat should go like this, and he started sending me these Nigerian pop songs, and I'm like, okay. And then like my whole Spotify 2020 is just radio stations of Nigerian pop artists because I am here for it. It's great. It's
amazing. Do you have a link you want to drop in? If you do, drop it in the private chat for that.
Oh yeah.
If you have for the Nigerian pop that you're into. And then while you're doing that, I'm going to share Sydney's pages right now to all of the streams. So please check her out. She's got a Patreon. You can join her on Patreon, support independent music. Her website, the Beacons link has a bunch of different sites linked to it, all her social media. And then I guess Songwhip, you can hear her music on all of the platforms from that one link. So hopefully those are some great resources for you. All right. And then are you dropping in a link for me to the private chat?
I don't know. I haven't seen this video. It's an acoustic version of the song, but
Okay.
it's the one that I just sang. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going to share it. Dan Jason just shared a YouTube video. Oh, he shared the George Strait. Okay, cool. So we got a lot of resources dropped in the streams right now. So check it. So these have the name of the Nigerian artist from the YouTube video.
It's Fireboy DML.
Fireboy DML?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Okay. Are you ready for a couple of pop questions?
Yes.
Okay.
That looks sparkly. What is that?
It is. It's a board game called Yeah Nope, and it has sequins on the side.
Look at it.
Hold on, I'm trying to do this without messing up the whole game. This is like the entire reason I bought this game was for the box. Because the box is extra. Okay, so it's called Yeah. And so like part of the game is obviously it's backwards because technology. But the whole game is like people ask you questions and they have to guess whether the statement is true about you. And so once everyone guessed, you either say yeah or you say nope. And you just get to like, and it just is so fun. They should pay me because I use this game in every episode.
You need to, this is
I'm not getting paid by Yeah Nope, by the way, but that box is fun. Just letting you know. All right. Have you ever been on a podcast? I feel like surely you have.
Oh, do I answer though?
Yeah, for you. Have you ever been on a podcast?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm like, probably at least Johnny Gaudi's, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, same. Okay. Have you tried to pass off a picture of someone else as you? Fake ID would be one thing that comes to mind.
Oh,
or something else.
Yes, that's very practical. Yes, of course, especially in that context.
Or I mean, like other things too. Like, I don't know. I can't think of anything, but that's the first thing that came to mind. I'm trying to think if I've like actually printed. Like, I don't know when I would have done that, but have you ever been wildly successful?
Did you drop that in your wine?
That card is no longer wildly successful. That is a first on the show, everyone. Wow. Well,
I have had moments of successful feelings, yes.
okay. What would be one of those moments?
Definitely getting the Black Frat grant, one of the major grants last year, which truly is the only reason that I'm still in Austin and not moved back home with my mom right now.
Wow.
I cannot be more grateful and thankful that happened for me at this time.
Congrats. That's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say yes. Okay. Do you have anything else you want to say about Black Fret while we're talking about Black Fret?
I can't. I have tons to say. I can't imagine how the nominees this year are feeling when they're not able to, because that was such a strong part of the process, and getting voted for was playing in front of the crowds. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I'm sure they've got it figured out. Right when the pandemic happened, they just paid everybody out. You usually have to like go through and like sort of earn the grant through releasing things, but they just paid everybody out immediately. Of course they did. Like, they always do the good guy stuff.
Right.
So yeah, I'm so grateful.
If you're in Austin, you've probably heard of Black Fret, but if you're not in Austin, you may not have heard of Black Fret. It is a local nonprofit. They call themselves the Patrons of Live Music, and they take it upon themselves to nominate like 20-ish artists every year to, and that group of 20 artists get pulled to play live private shows for Black Fret members. And so I believe members pay like a monthly fee to be a part of, and you get to go to like 2 shows a month and with your partner or whatever, your plus one. So it's a very cool thing. I've been to a few events. They're always very well produced. They pay the artists. And it is a way to meet and mingle with other people who really love live music, and you really get to invest in the musicians. At least that's my perception. Is that a good summary, would you say?
Yes, thank you. I was just going to ramble on. Thanks for describing exactly what it is. That's why the Superphonicos, the Danger collaboration came out, is because we were both artists, Black Fret artists that year. And
that's awesome.
We would have never gotten to meet each other and like be in the green room together at a show, at any normal show, because they're a Colombian funk band and I'm pop. So it's like, nice. Getting to like hang with all these artists that are not in your genre that you wouldn't meet otherwise was one of my favorite things about Black Fret.
Awesome.
Yeah.
No, that's great. And I love that new connections are being formed through them. And I think that they would be happy. They are happy to hear that as well. Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you have a question for me?
Yes. Okay. So I was perusing your YouTube today, and the Tiny Desk video, was it this past year? You were playing in Mbira.
2020.
It's a song called Island, or
yes.
The Island.
Yes.
It was beautiful. Loved the Mbira. Tell me about making that and writing that.
Well, it's not actually an Mbira. It's very similar. It's like the cousin, I guess. It's the kalimba. And I'm trying to remember the difference. The Mbira might have a fewer times, and they might be like bigger and longer. Like they're very similar instruments, but the one I have is a kalimba. And I believe it was 2018. I had just gone in the studio to record my first project, and a couple months later, I went to Montana. I met up with my family, but for me, it was like vacation, but also a work trip. I was like, I'm going to write a song while I'm there. And for whatever reason, I couldn't bring an instrument. I couldn't bring my guitar. And I was like, I need a small instrument. And my friend at the time, she's not in Austin anymore, but she's a percussionist. She has like a marimba and like all of these instruments, and like let me borrow her kalimba. And so I took it with me, and I was in a songwriting group, and so a song is due every Sunday night at midnight. And so I was like, I knew that I would write a song. I had to, before I get kicked out of the group. So with those things true about that week, I sat down to learn how to play the kalimba, and I ended up writing this song called The Island. The song prompt was either angels or demons. I don't remember. Both of those words are in the song. But yeah, so what?
First of all, did you tune the kalimba?
It is tuned to the key of G. There are 17 times, and there are several that are painted, and there's a little key like chart to show you like which are the chords for which, like, if that makes sense. So I could get it out if you want to see it, if that would be helpful, but it was. Do you want to see it?
Yeah, I really do.
Hold on. BRB. I can still hear you.
Okay, let me talk to you about what I loved about that song. You said it's for a writing prompt, but it was like, it's called The Island, and I felt like it was a love song, and I was so inspired by that because I'm trying to write a love song for a certain somebody.
Oh.
But I've never written a love song that was about an actual person. I just like pretended and made it up. You know, if I've written one, and that sounded like exactly what I want to be writing. So what's The Island about?
Well, okay, first here's the instrument. So like I believe this is D, maybe. Can you see?
Yeah. And the red pieces signify.
Not necessarily, but they kind of help you figure out where you are. They're sort of just place markers, kind of like the black keys.
They're like, yeah.
But they're not but they just help. To me, they're just like a place marker, so you don't get lost.
Like the fret dots.
I think this is G. Man, I don't have perfect pitch, so, but I'm basically just a walking advertisement tonight. So this, I ended up getting my own. I saw where her kalimba was from, kalimbamagic.com, and then I went there and I got my own. And so you too can get a kalimba if you would like from Kalimba Magic. I got mine with
Oh, nice.
I can
That's
plug
a
in with
level up.
it. Yeah, so it's like an extra $50, and I'm like, worth it. So it has like a key. So it tells you like, and I believe mine is a treble. So it tells you like which
gotcha.
chords are which, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And so that's how I figured out like how
Chord
to
changes,
build
even.
a chord progression on the
Right.
kalimba. And from there I used the song prompt to come up with the like, I was feeling I had kind of just gone through this weird almost not a breakup, but just like a broken love, I guess. Like it was never a dating situation. But like a brokenheartedness and like these kind of weird interactions with men. I had just started noticing a trend, and I would hear repeated phrases. And so like the energy that I was putting into it was like not regretful, but just like wanting something that couldn't be, I guess. But also putting it in, it's confusing the way that I wrote it, because some of the phrases I used specifically came from other people to me. Like it's what I was reading in them. And, but I didn't feel like I could sing it in first person, because it's not something that I would ever verbalize that way, if that makes sense. So in order to sing something and be able to sing it in a way that I believe myself, that I'm singing authentically, I had to put it in he said, honey, you may have angels. Like I had to put it in third person to believe it myself, because that was what was true. Does that make sense?
Yes, I have to listen to it again. Oh my gosh.
Okay. And then like there's some elements too, like the bridge or the breakdown's a little bit different. Like it was kind of channeling a different love for me. I don't know. So it's a kind of a confusing song, but it works as a story too. Like it is a cohesive story. But it's a love song. It's a song about feeling desperate for another person, and like it kind of gives you a panicky feeling, like you're it can be a panicky feeling where you're like, I'm literally drowning in this ocean. Like, am I the only one that feels this way? Or like, are you feeling the same way? Can we like get on the same page? Kind of a thing. So does that answer your question?
Yeah, now I have to listen to it again now that I know the origin story.
Okay, cool. Well, I will make myself answer at least one of these questions, and then do you have a song queued up ready to go?
Yes.
Have I invited door-to-door missionaries inside? I don't know. It's possible. Totally possible.
Where are you from? Montana?
I'm from the Dallas area.
Oh, I'm from like near Lubbock. We're both Texas ladies.
West Texas.
Yeah.
Like we definitely had Mormon missionaries coming by the house, and Jehovah's Witnesses, and those are mostly the only missionaries that came to the door, I think. But
yeah,
I don't know. I also grew up in an evangelical church, and I went door knocking to invite people to church on Easter Sunday. So I don't think I ever got invited inside. I was a child with my dad, though, so that might have been weird, I guess. I don't know. I don't think I have.
What flavor of evangelical?
Oh, I was
or
like
genre?
a Southern Baptist.
Same. Are we the same person?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You also, we were talking about this before the show. She's from a family with 4 kids. I'm from a family with 6 kids. You're all girls though. We're 3 and 3. 3 boys, 3 girls.
Aww.
And we're both Texans. And I was homeschooled though. You weren't homeschooled, were you?
No, Texas public school all the way.
Boom. Okay.
I know nothing about world geography, so I'm glad that wasn't one of the questions.
Okay. Nice. No, these are all like questions, like these pop questions are all like,
Just yes or no.
yeah, it's like, is this true about you? More, they're kind of like semi-personal. Yeah. Well, I didn't really answer the question, but I don't know the answer to that question. Maybe. Nothing memorable, I guess. Song. You
Oh,
ready
yeah.
to play a song? You want us both to both stay on the screen? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to mute myself, though, so that I don't accidentally make a sound and distract everyone from you.
Okay. I just want everybody to watch you watch me, so we're both going to be on the screen.
Do you need your reverb?
Yes.
You turned it off earlier. I was like, in case you forget. You got it. All right.
Now.
And then mute
Oh,
myself.
can we do the close-up?
Oh, yeah. Well, we'll do a
Remember?
close-up. There you go. Yeah. All right. Okay.
I need more lip color. Carmex will work. Okay, so the song I'm going to play is called Somebody. It's about a DTR, like define the relationship. It's a made-up story. I totally made up, but I wrote it after reading this book about screenplay writing, which really got me in tune with like having an introduction, like drama and climax, and then a resolution when writing stories. And so that's what I followed kind of when I wrote it. It's not released, so this is a sneak peek. Oh, bro, hold up. Turn it up, though.
somebody, 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 somebody,
Little baby clap for the little helium somebody.
That was interesting.
Somebody. That was awesome.
Thank you. What are you gonna play?
Yeah, look at all that. Oh yeah, the Minnie Mouse appeared. That was really cute, actually. I know it wasn't on purpose, but it was cute. Yeah, everyone's super down. Claps, claps, claps. Well, I tuned up my guitar and then I was like, I should probably play The Island. I don't know what I was thinking.
You don't have to, but I would love it.
I will totally do that one. Where'd it go?
Oh my
But
gosh, this is special.
I may have to zoom out just because,
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess this is maybe, it's just hard to like, the part of the charm of the instrument is that you can see it, you know, but it's hard to like actually get it in the video. Does that work?
Yeah.
Is that fine? Okay. Okay, this is The Island. He said, honey, you may have angels. Ooh, I can't hear myself. Honey, you may have angels keeping you in the light. But I've got these demons and they're holding me tight. So if you've a moment and can spare me the time, I'm in over my head. Won't you throw me a lifeline? 'Cause I'm lost in the ocean, searching for the shore. You're the island that I've been looking for. I hope you let me land, 'cause I can't bear to let you go. He said, love, I'm a man. I've been wandering so long. I'd almost lost all hope you existed at all. But I see you and I feel you. You can't be a ghost. If you're willing to see me, then I have to know. 'Cause I'm lost in the ocean, searching for the shore. You're the island that I've been looking for. I hope you let me land, 'cause I can't bear to let you go. You're my sunshine, my refuge, my peace in the storm. You're the reason I'm singing songs I've never sung before. I was lost in the ocean, searching for the shore. You're the island that I've been looking for. I hope you let me land, 'cause I can't bear to let you go.
Oh my God. I am not crying. You're crying.
Are you? Am I? Are we?
That was beautiful. That was beautiful. I'm so glad that you did that.
Aw,
Thank
me
you.
too. Yeah. Thanks, Thanks, everybody. Francois, what time is it where you are? I think he's in Prague. That's amazing. Well, thanks. I don't know why I wasn't like, oh, I should just play the island. Let me just spend time tuning my guitar. Yeah.
That was beautiful.
Thanks. Well, if you ever want to write, let me know. If you want to write some love songs, I got some material for you.
Yes. I
Yes.
do want to.
Well, let me... 6 a.m. in Prague. That's not too early. I guess it means we started at 5, though. 5 a.m. there. Well, I hope your day is amazing, Francois.
Yeah, early.
Thanks, Ken. Well, is there anything else you want to say before we go? We're bumping right up at an hour. I cannot believe it, actually.
That flew by.
I know. I caught myself, like, only a couple questions into my list at, like, 30 minutes. I'm like, I try and keep this at... 20 at 10 is a 20-minute interview, and we went long, but... But I loved it, and everyone here with us has been with us, and it's been... Yeah. Thanks, Joanna. I'll drop your links in one more time into this chat. Does anything else you can think of before we go?
What are you doing?
Oh, I was going to say,
playing shows right now?
Rarely. Like, I'm doing a stream maybe about once a month.
Okay, word.
And
where at?
Well,
like everywhere here
I guess. Yeah, I'm thinking about doing like a Twitch only, like, or a YouTube only, but I haven't like announced it or anything. So there's nothing on the calendar.
I've gotten onto Twitch by itself. I like the Twitch platform. I like the vibe. I think the people there are cool. Everybody's friendly and nice. It's different than Facebook in that way. And I'm also going out, like, schlepping all my gear to, like, Armadillo Den and stuff. That's my mommy.
Hi,
look, there she
Sydney's
is with
mom.
all of the grandbabies. Look
Aww.
at that. But yeah, if you ever want to come play an Armadillo Den, we can just do a song swap, and I'll...
Okay.
Yeah. I'll see if they'll, like, throw some more money if it's both of us, too. So that could work.
Yeah.
Just thing. I have a couple of dates next month, February, at Armadillo Den.
Yeah, I'm very carefully and selectively playing out. I think I have an outdoor winery gig coming up next week near Fredericksburg. So it'll be safe and socially distant. But for the most part, I'm mostly live streams these days. So,
right, same.
Yeah. Is there anything, a show that you want to advertise coming up that people need to know about?
I can't even remember the dates that I'm going to be at Armadillo Den. I am trying to build my Twitch following right now. I just made affiliate, and so now I can monetize my channel, and
Congrats.
I'm headed for partner. So that's the objective. So if y'all are on Twitch, please follow me, and I stream there often.
Yeah. Oh, more than once a week?
Yeah, I haven't been lately because I've had other things going on with my music, and I've been trying to level up my audio on my Streamlabs and get this going. I just programmed in transitions for like an hour and a half set for this, which is like a huge level up to just like not have any downtime in the set whatsoever.
Yeah.
So I've been working on like little things.
That's cool. When you do that, quick question, do you have a set list and you play through that list, or is there can you swap things around in your set?
I have like pre every song. So I can never follow a set list. I'm always trying to read the room and like feel what's coming next. And so the people that play with me, I'm always jumping around on the set list. But the goal, would be to play through sets like that, but I have not hit that target yet.
Well, I mean, I wasn't saying you had to. I just was curious if you set it up to be an hour and a half, like if that meant you had to stick to it, or if you could like move around in the set. It sounds like you have flexibility, which is cool.
Yeah, I can't. I'm like ADD in that way. I'm like, oh, we should do this song next because of that the look on that person's face. Just like,
hey, if you can read the room though, that is its own skill. That like, I still have to tap into the room more when I'm playing live. So like that's I mean, it can be maybe annoying to the band, but like if you are able to read the room and you're able to pull that off in your live set, more power to you. Like that's awesome.
That's like the number one thing I miss about playing.
I know.
Versus
The
streaming,
room,
right?
the energy, yeah.
Mhm.
Well, thank you again, everyone for tuning in. Thank you so much. Marianne, it's okay. It'll live on Facebook for a little while, so you can go back and rewatch it. Ken, Joanna, Francois, Kundog, who else was here? Dan, and
Claire.
Victoria, Claire. There's more people, but thanks everyone for tuning in. Wherever you're tuning in from, if you could find a way to share Twitch, it will not exist after right now, but Facebook and YouTube, if you could find a way to like share that to your friends, spread the word about the show, that'd be really great. Spread the word about Sydney. We both would really appreciate it. So
Yes.
thank you so much. Have a
for
wonderful
having me.
evening. There is no show on Saturday morning. I'll be back Monday night though. Hold please. I'll tell you momentarily who's on my list. I closed down I do have a spreadsheet for this actually.
Ooh.
Pause.
Ew.
I do try and be a little bit, what's the word, organized.
Spreadsheets are
I try and,
Love
hold on to the semblance of being organized by keeping things in one place. I'm just stalling for this to load. I shut down all my tabs earlier.
Yeah,
It's very slowly pulling things up.
Spreadsheets are where I find solace in this
Solace
ocean of
in the ocean of
time diarrhea.
Christine Renner. That's you know what? That's fine. I mean, so Christine, I do as of right now. She and I are supposed to be on Instagram Live. I have not heard back from her if she wants to. I call this, I guess, upgrading to StreamYard.
To multiple yeah.
Yes, so I will keep you all informed. I will announce it for sure in my Instagram stories and in my Instagram bio where the show will be, and we'll also post to my Facebook stories on Nat Price Music, so stay tuned. Yeah, and in the meantime, have a wonderful week, the last few days in January of 2021. Yeah. And thank you, Sydney, so much for joining me tonight and hanging and like spending an hour with me. I really appreciate it. It was a lot of fun.
Thank you for having me. You are a bright shining star, and I can't wait to like hang out in real life.
Me too. All right, everybody, hang tight and have a good night, and we'll see you soon.